But he says like something, something, ladies and
Yeah, he goes,
gentlemen,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
boys and
Oh yeah,
girls,
ladies.
children of all ages,
Oh my God, you know it better than I do. Welcome to Breaking
to
Bells.
breaking bells.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the weekly roundup on Breaking Bells, where we just kind of sit and chat and chill and talk about our week in Animal Crossing, our week in gaming, our week in everything like that, really. So, what you been up to
Just
this
our
week,
weeks.
Kato?
Just our weeks. I mean, as usual, lots of Animal Crossing. That's kind of my life. My life away from life. What have I been doing?
Well, you finished your island.
I did finish my
That's
island this.
huge.
That is a big deal. Yeah, let's start with
Yeah.
that. I
Go on.
did finish my island. I'm so glad. I love that island so much, but
Yeah.
it's like you put so much time into it that you're just kind of over it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
by the end of it, I was just like, Emily, can you please come over here and just
Help.
plant flowers and weeds all over any space that's not full because I'm tired of thinking of stuff to put. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to fill it up with flowers because I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, but I am done with my island.
That's so good. Because
And
the thing is that we every now and again we joke about the fact how we can never finish islands. And I remember you saying ages ago you were like, I'm never going to finish it. And then a few weeks ago you then said, I think I'm almost there. We were like,
mhm,
whoa, she really did
right,
that.
right. Yes, she did. Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was going to Emily's Island and seeing it
Yeah.
or because a lot of times filming the dream tours, I get kind of, I don't want to say I get uninspired because it's not, I get discouraged.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for because I'm like, these islands are so
So
amazing.
put together.
I'm never going to do that. It's never going to look like this. And then I went to Emily's and I was just so inspired. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah. You
Let's just
can.
go. And I just started,
Tinkering away.
it was just like one area at a time and they were just all coming together. And I was like, okay, I'm actually going to fit. And then I got it done enough that I was able to do my rock garden. And then I was just
I
like,
can't
wow,
believe you
okay,
did that. I
this
can't believe you did a rock
is, I'm
garden.
done. This is like the end all be all of being
Yeah,
done
it
because
is.
like once you can do the rock garden, you're like,
That's
okay,
when
it's
you know you're
there.
like a guru.
Um, yeah, I did that, and then I started my winter island,
I love
which
that.
I'm like switching from all the fall stuff to the winter stuff is like such a breath of fresh
Yeah,
air,
I bet.
because I'm so over fall right
Yeah,
now.
well, yeah,
But
I
it's
get that. I get
exciting
that
to do something
completely.
else. So
Yeah, all the
that's what I've been
orangey
doing.
tones and yellowy tones. And then when you
Yes,
get like a
yes.
nice icy
The
blue.
white.
Oh, I have to say, when I was
So good.
time traveling earlier to kick someone out, obviously I've seen winter islands before, but my island was in the middle of the day and it was just so crisp. I could almost feel the air,
Mm-hmm.
like when it's so cold outside, but the air is so
Yes.
clear and the sky's blue, like that kind of thing. And I was
Right.
like, this is, I think is my favorite time of year in Animal Crossing. I
Right. I just
think.
love the way I love the way the trees look and the
Yeah.
bushes
Yeah,
and
how the
everything just
snow
looks
sits on
amazing.
everything.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god. The snow looks really good on the spooky fence. I feel that's quite specific, but I
Does it?
saw, yeah, I think, was it a video or something that I watched the other day? And the snow, the way it sits on the spooky fence, it's just magical. It is
Does
just,
it kind of hide the fact that it's a pumpkin?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe I'll look into
Hmm.
using that.
Hmm.
Look at that.
And you also did, was it your first stream on YouTube?
Not
No.
technically, but I think my first one I did on YouTube, I had like less than 100 subscribers. It was like the second thing I ever did on YouTube. It was
Yeah.
like I was just bored
Bumbling
and let me
about.
do a villager hunt.
Yeah.
And so I guess it was my first, I'm going to call it my first real stream
Yeah.
on
Uh huh.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But, and I was so nervous about it. I was like,
It was so good
telling Todd, I
though.
was just like, what if no one showed? I messaged Emily and Argo, and I was just like, I need you guys to show up because what if no one does? And and I told people on the stream, I was like, I commend anyone who streams to nobody because a lot of
Oh,
people do start out that
that
way,
is
just
very
trying to
true.
gain followers, and you go if you could. I could never.
Yeah,
I
I've
could
been in
never.
that spot before and it's tough. It's
Because that's
tough
what kind
on
of
the
keeps me
brain.
going is like talking to people.
Hmm.
And so if I had no one to talk to, I would be
And then you
like,
think,
how do
but then if
I?
someone joins and you're not talking.
And I have to be talking, right? Right. And because, there's kind of a disconnect with what the viewers that you're seeing at the
Yeah,
time that, you know, right. And so you're just sitting there playing a game and like no one's going to
yeah.
stay.
It's really,
I
really
don't know.
tough. And um, ages and ages ago, I had a friend that wanted to start streaming. And they were like, what would you advise for someone that's starting out completely brand new? I was like, talk like there's 100 people watching.
That's what everyone says. And I just
It's hard
don't know
though.
if I could do it.
It's
I
just,
don't
it's
know if
not
I could do
easy.
it.
Like even 5 viewers is easier than no one,
Yes.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's the same name that you see in your chat for weeks, like
Right.
it's still someone. It's still someone that's like sitting there enjoying it. So I completely agree, and I think it's important as well because a lot of people have started streaming on Animal
Yes.
Crossing. The amount of people that I've been following anyway that just have like really amazing islands and they're just Animal Crossing accounts, I suppose. All of a sudden they're like, oh, I've got a capture card and I'm going to be streaming, and
Just straight right.
it's like a new wave of.
I
So
know.
I think it's interesting to see whether people choose like Twitch or YouTube. But hey, I joined and it looked like it was going really well.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
so proud. I
There were
can't
like
tell you
over
how
300
proud I
people
was.
there.
I was like, oh
I
my god. I was
know.
also really excited just to be there because I was like, yes, yes, because I'm
Oh,
usually like gone by because of the time zone.
yeah.
And then when I saw that you were live, I just about jumped out of my chair. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was like, yes, look at her go, look at her go, and
I know.
it reminded me of when months and months ago when I think me, you, and Bobby were talking, and he was like, "You just got to keep going. Like you're gonna explode. Like you're gonna do really, really well." And
I know. He did say that.
yeah,
I remember
and
that.
when I joined your stream and I saw there were like 300 people watching, I was like, "Oh my god! If he could see this right now, he
I
would
know.
be just jumping up and down." Because I was so excited.
He'd be like the proud dad,
Yeah, he
like,
would.
yeah, she did that.
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
that. I helped her with that.
I helped her get there, yeah.
It's all me. It's all down to
Right.
me. Yeah, so it was
Take all
really
the credit.
nice. And yeah, honestly, it was really, really, really nice.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I think my average viewers on Twitch is like in the 50s
Yeah.
normally. It'll spike to like 80 something
Yeah.
sometimes, and then it kind of fluctuates.
Yeah.
And I knew there was an opportunity for a lot of viewers, and it doesn't always matter how many viewers you have
Yeah,
because
of
I'm just
course.
streaming because I'm building and I enjoy doing
And you're
it,
having a
and
chat and it's just
I like to get input too from
yeah.
people, things I wouldn't normally think of.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the viewers, but I did know that, filming on YouTube would leave or open the opportunity for a lot more eyes just because I do have,
Well, yeah, you've
I
got
think
a
it's like,
ton of
I think I
subscribers.
have like almost 17,000 now. So
Yeah.
it's like, that's a lot of people
Yeah, well, that
that could
is.
potentially see it.
Yeah.
And so I figured, and Todd has been urging me to try it. So I was like, okay, let's just try it and see
Yeah.
what happens. And I don't know, so many people comment that they want to see me streaming on YouTube
Yeah.
because they don't have Twitch or this or that. So it's just this battle of which way to go.
Which way to go,
It's like,
yeah.
can I juggle both, or does it make sense to just do one over the other?
Yeah.
You see, it's just everything kind of wraps into that like keeping up with the Joneses kind of
It
thing.
is
It's
that
like,
though. You are
am I
right.
just streaming on Twitch because everyone else does it?
Yeah.
Or do I actually like it better? Or
Yeah.
which way do I go? So
Yeah.
now it's just going to be determining
I think,
what is
I think that's
feasible.
I think that's a really good like way of looking at it. And I think, like, for me, I know I prefer Twitch. And from the first stream I did on Twitch, I was like, oh, this is where I want to be, because I like fiddling about with all the techie little crappy things that you have to do. It can be really frustrating, but I absolutely love it. I love trying to work my way around it. And it's the same with Discord. Like, I've learned so much, and now I feel
Right.
I've got experience. But that being said, I love how simple it is to use YouTube, because you
Right.
don't have all these bits and this and that, and it's different, you know? It's
Right.
very different. So, yeah, I definitely I think it just depends what sort of way you want to go. And
I
whilst you've
know.
got this huge audience on YouTube, like, what, why not?
Why not?
Why not
Right.
just do it?
Right. Right. Well, the thing that kind of stopped me from doing it, or I was hesitant to do it, is just because I spent all of this time, all of these things. I mean, what is it, November?
Yeah.
5 months ago, I didn't know anything about any of this stuff.
No.
Nothing. Literally
Zilch.
nothing. So all of these things, you have to invest a lot of time learning
Yeah.
about the stuff that you're doing. So I had to invest time to learn how to do YouTube,
Yeah.
how to edit, how to, do the music, how to do the voiceovers, how to do all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then moving to Twitch, I was like, okay, now I've got to invest all this time to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. And you think, and like
Um,
this much, which is like, say, like YouTube, and you're like, I know
right,
as much as I could possibly know. And then you go over to something else and it's like, you need to learn this much.
right,
And I definitely completely I get why people kind of have this, oh, do I, don't I? I mean, Bobby does both.
right.
Like, he does his Friday sort of YouTube streams,
YouTube.
and so I think he kind of trying to like cater to everyone all the time.
Right.
But I think as long as you're doing what's best for you, and from what I could see, I mean, there was loads of engagement, there was loads, so you weren't just like sitting there talking to no one.
Sitting, right, right. Well, I think if it had been that way, I would have just shut it off
Like,
and like, I
see you
can't
later,
do it.
everyone.
I don't know. I don't know how to talk to nobody. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I don't know if I could ever do Let's Plays,
Yeah.
because it's already hard enough sometimes for me to do the voiceovers. Like, there's sometimes when, not necessarily the island tour voiceovers, I think those are kind of organic and easy to do. But when
Yeah.
I'm doing,
Guides and stuff.
like tips and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's very hard sometimes for me to do it because I'm so concentrated. And people have commented on this
No.
negative, like, I'm trying not to say and like.
Oh, it's so hard.
So sometimes I pause
Yeah.
and the inflection in my voice goes up and down and it changes. And that's just because I'm trying to gather my thoughts while
Yeah.
also trying to record, and then I'll finish it and I don't want to redo it. And so it's just like,
It is what it
okay,
is.
it is what it is. So
Yeah.
it's either that is what it is, or I'm going to be saying like and this and that and
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
completely
can't
agree.
gather my thoughts and also
I'm dreadful
speak
for it as well.
fluently and beautifully. And I'm not poetic like Lilith. I'm not like I'm not a poet over here. I
Yeah.
can't do
I'm
that.
not either.
So it just is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not like that either. It's definitely a skill.
Right. Yeah. She has it and I don't. So she needs to give me a little bit of that skill.
Speaking with elegance.
Right. Right. I think you do have it.
I don't know. I
think you do.
my accent is. I think that's why people. Sometimes I get comments saying that I have, really, like, not posh, but a very well spoken
Right.
kind of voice. But I'm actually not at all. I say like and and and
Yeah.
I feel I don't at all. And even my dad is like, stop saying like. I can't.
I know.
And my mum always says she'll be like and And he'll be like,
Right.
stop saying like you don't have to say but you just do. It's just,
You just do
it's
it.
either that or
Yeah.
silence, you know.
Right.
So
And that's what mine is when I'm doing that.
yeah.
There are some times when I'll say half of a thought, and then in my audio editing software, it's just this big chunk of silence because,
Because you're
and then I
trying to
have to go in and
orchestrate.
cut it out and like
Yeah.
snip it together
Yeah.
because I'm just trying to think of words and not trying to use the same words over and over. It's just
It's a
whatever.
nightmare.
It is what it is, you
Yeah,
know.
I
What have you
definitely.
done on your island? What have you been doing?
Well, it's been an interesting week because I was off streaming and everything for. So I streamed on Wednesday, which was what, the 18th, I think, and I had not streamed since the 31st.
Oh yeah.
I had barely
Oh
played
wow.
during that time. Like, you know you're ill when you can't even pick up a really relaxing
Right.
game.
Right.
So this week, the second half of this week, as I've started to feel better, I demolished and flattened about a third of my island. And I'm now
Wow.
almost at half of my island. A lot of it, well, I say a lot. There's a chunk of it that's staying because I like my entrance and I like my little post office. I think they look really dainty and cute and they're exactly how I want them. But
Hmm.
the rest of it is just such a mess, and I think I just need a blank canvas. So I'm going to move all my villagers to the beach, and then I'm just going to flatten all of these areas, and I genuinely think I want to keep it fairly flat. I don't think I want too many tiers, and I think that's something that I've
Right.
decided recently. I might have a little area where it goes up a hill, but I think I'd rather more bridges and make that kind of the focal point, you know, instead of having to
Right.
go up and down and up and down. Um,
Yeah.
but apart from that, not a crazy amount. I mean, well, technically this is almost a week ago now, but about 4 hours ago, I did a villager hunt for Punchy, and I found him on ticket number 1.
That is so crazy. Was he the only one you were looking for?
It was either going to be him or Bill, and I said to everyone, if I find Punchy, I'm taking him, because I haven't been looking for him on and off for months. He has always been the one he's always been the one that's got away.
The one
Always,
that got,
always,
yeah.
always. And and people in my community will know that I've intermittently searched for him, because I'll spend 200 tickets looking for him, no luck. And then
Wow.
I'll do 50 tickets, no luck. And then it's just been on and off. And it got to a point where, because I think I did 3 villager hunting streams where I looked for him, no luck. So I kind of got rid of that idea. And then
Right.
recently, because I've been playing on that island again, it's kind of brought back in my, oh yeah, I need to find Punchy. And I did, first ticket.
That's so crazy.
First ticket, I couldn't believe it. And because I time traveled so much to kick someone out, he was in a little bobble hat and a little like winter like
Oh,
jumper.
I saw
Oh,
him.
it
He
was
was
so
so
cute. It was
cute.
so cute. The little like pom pom hat had me dead.
Yes.
So that was basically it. But I'm really enjoying, and I fell out of love with Animal Crossing. But I think me being off of everything really helped,
Right.
and just taking the plunge and just demolishing a lot of it was really freeing, because
Oh, I love it. It's so
I
therapeutic.
yeah, I made a space museum. It was one of my first ever streams. I started making this space museum, and this is back in May. And then I kind of left it, but then every time I'd walk past it, it was abandoned. It was derelict. It just didn't make any sense. And I think it was
Right.
frustrating because it covered such a large area of my island. And then
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that the vibe I'm going for, which I told you earlier, is I have also fallen back in love with cottagecore. And
Yeah.
because I've seen your builds, I've seen Lilith's builds, and so many other amazing builds that just get retweeted onto my Twitter feed, and I'm like, wow, that looks so good. And I think I'm going to keep with the town village core, but with a bit more cottage core involved. Whereas at one point I was going to do city core, and at one point I was going to do this and that. And I think now I'm going to keep with the theme. And I realised, and it sounds really silly probably, but the thing that was holding me back was this museum because of all the stuff outside of this museum. And I was
Yeah.
using the arched tile path,
Oh, yeah.
but I used the terracotta tiles. And I remember just thinking, these don't match up. You've got cold tones
Yeah.
with warm tones. It just
Warm
doesn't work.
tone. Yeah.
So when I demolished all of that, I felt so good. I thought, okay, I can
Right.
finally start building out again. And yeah, I've just been going to lots of dream addresses and gathering like inspiration. That's really, really helped because sometimes I see something and I think I really like that. And that gives me the inspiration to not copy it, but
Right.
to know what items I can put with what. That's
Right.
kind of how I see it. So yeah, I've fallen back in love with it. But apart from that,
I'm
I've
so glad
just
because it was making me sad because I felt like everyone was
oh
everyone was like done, you know.
I know. Well, this is
But I
the
felt
thing. It's
like
really hard because there's so much to do still. And it's
hmm
really sad when the people around you maybe aren't as interested in the thing that maybe brought you together, or that could be really tough. That can be really,
right.
really, really tough. But I'm really glad I've fallen back in love with it. And actually designing games in general, I've been playing like Planet Zoo and more tycoon management games, and Sims as well.
Oh, I love tycoon
Aren't
games.
they literally the
So
best? Aren't
good.
they the best?
They're so good.
They're just next level. No matter how big or
Yeah.
small, they're
I
so
also
good.
did
Right.
last night. I was on stream with Sean Capri, who
Yeah.
played Animal Crossing for the first time.
I
So that
love
was
that so much. I
exciting.
can't wait for Bobby to
So
see.
I know.
He's gonna
And
die with
I
laughter.
think he really enjoyed it. And I think he's going to
Really?
continue playing. And
Oh, I'd love to catch one of the streams for sure. I
yeah,
think that'd be
he
really fun.
streams so late. I don't know if you'll ever get.
Do
He
you know
streams at
what?
like
Well,
9:30
I have
Eastern.
some
So
time off start of next year, and all the people that I miss, I'm gonna literally do an all-nighter and
and
just
all night,
watch
yeah.
as many as I possibly can
Right.
because it's so sad because I miss out on yours, I miss out on Fulya's, and I miss out
Oh
on
yeah.
so many and I wake up the
Right.
next day and it's just all this fun's happened and I've just
I know.
missed it.
Yeah, you just get to see clips of it.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
get to see clips and it was really
hmm
cool seeing the clip of Sean playing it. It's so
And
funny because
getting
I feel
Bill.
I know, I can't believe we got Bill. Oh,
That's the
and he
best.
didn't know that was Bobby's favorite, or
No. Mm-mm.
no?
No, it was just me in the back. You got
Yeah,
Bill.
I did hear your voice went really shaking. You're like, you got Bill.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know any of the villagers. I mean, he was talking about like Roland and making it just like I don't know. I was like, I don't know who you're talking
Who's
about.
that?
Roald? I don't know. And I was like, I don't think Bobby has ever hunted for Roald.
No, I don't think he has.
So I don't know
So
who you're
where's that
talking
come
about.
from?
Like
It's so funny seeing a
Joey? Like who are
total,
you?
yeah, an Animal
Yeah.
Crossing newbie try and
Right.
play, and how
Right.
their expectations are. Because when you don't know anything, you don't have expectations. So he might think
Right.
it's the best game he's ever played, or he might think it's kind of
The
the
worst.
worst.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
he's a massive Xbox fan, isn't he? He
Right.
loves
Right.
Xbox and all those kind
But
of
he
games.
did play New Leaf.
He did.
He did play
Ah.
New Leaf.
Oh,
So
so he does kind of know.
he so his reasoning is he didn't want to do it because he thinks it's ridiculous that you have to have two copies of the game
Oh, I see. It was more
and
principle.
that cloud saves weren't a thing. And then he even got mad last night because he figured out that he wasn't going to be able to play it on his Switch Lite, but then also have it on his normal Switch because you can't do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to like transfer the file back and
No,
forth.
it doesn't.
And so if he
No.
wants to stream, because he would like to play it on the Lite,
Yeah.
so he could just carry it around. Not that you can't carry your normal Switch around, but
Yeah, but to do,
it's
yeah.
just it is more convenient sometimes.
Yeah.
But he wants to be able to stream it, obviously.
Yeah.
And so therein lies the content creator problem of
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I didn't realize that you couldn't stream off of a light. I only learned that. Well, I say only, but it was about 6 months ago.
Right.
And because I wondered how that would work because of all the little things that you plug in and what have you.
Hmm.
And I was almost going to get a Switch Lite, a yellow one, because I have the
I
big
love the yellow
Switch. Isn't
one.
the yellow one so cute?
So
Yellow's
cute.
not usually my color, but I love how it's like a banana color.
It is, yeah, it's
It's,
like a nice bright
I
yellow. I
love
like
it.
it.
Yeah, it's really nice. And but I've got two sort of docked switches,
Hmm.
and I do think it's really silly how you have to buy two of everything to
Yeah.
like.
Well, now I want a third one.
Well, I know this is the thing. I feel like there's no point me getting a third one because I can't even finish my first one. But I'm going to
Right.
try my hardest to work on my first one. And I'm now not streaming until Wednesday. And I'm hoping I can get in some sort of playtime.
Right.
Yeah. But then I also want to
I
play
wish that I
Sims.
could reset my island without having to get DIYs again.
Yeah. I would love
That's
to
the
do
only
that.
thing stopping me
Yeah.
from doing it.
Yeah, I think that, and as well, like my villagers. If there was a button where you could just flatten the island, you know, they can be annoying and leave the houses where they were, but if you could just do that, I
Right.
would pay real money for that. I actually
I know.
would.
I would too.
This is the thing. I would pay money for it because that's what I would want to do. It'd be so much easier.
Well, I just love Leanne's idea
Yeah.
of, she's building the one with, she's not
Oh
terraforming or
yeah, Kittyville.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to do that and just see what I could do
Yeah, with what you
without
have.
terraform. It's just like some people don't want to terraform
No, some
and do
people
all that
don't.
stuff. So I think it would be cool to see if
Yeah.
I could make it look good with just whatever
Yeah.
was on my
I
island, but
think that's
but I don't want to
really,
start over.
yeah, I think
So,
I think as
you know,
well we've kind of got to this really weird point where we are seeing these really built up islands and they look amazing. I've been to some that just absolutely my jaw's on the floor. They're so good.
hmm,
All the forced perspective and all these amazing castles and buildings people are making. I mean, it's
it's ridiculous.
but then when you go to an island that isn't like that, it feels airy. It feels like you can just
It's
run around,
nice.
and it's a really hard spot to be in. So, with my island, the one that I've sort of flattened part of, I'd like to create a lake. You know how some people do like a little, like a pier and then a lake? I'd love to do that with some nice cedar trees, and I'd love
Hmm.
to do all of that because, or just have a big wide open space. I don't know. It would just be
Right.
nice, I think, because
It was refreshing, like just seeing Sean run around his
yeah,
island and there's
just picking
nothing in
up
the way. Like
sticks.
mine, you're just like you're like
Doop, doop,
navigating
doop.
through the little,
Sort of
like
scooching
running
past
into
things.
stuff. Right. Scooting around. Yeah. But
Yeah, I'm trying
which
to
I
make
like
it
that
airy.
too, but it's nice to
Just run about.
just
You can
run.
almost
Yeah.
feel the wind, like that kind
Right.
of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But
Well,
all right.
there we are.
That's all I did. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another week of Breaking Bells. And like I've said at the end of every episode, please make sure you are subscribed to us. Please make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all of that good stuff. And I guess I'll see you next week for another fun-filled week of Breaking Bells. Bye.
Bye.
I'm not built for
You
this.
killed it.